Now, yesterday, USA Baseball announcing the roster for the 2024 women's national team following the completion of their training camp. Now, this team sets their sights on the Women's Baseball World Cup Finals in Thunder Bay, Ontario at the end of the month. These players on the women's national team will open up their competition July 28th against Venezuela. And managing this roster is Veronica Alvarez, who is a five-time Team USA player herself. And Veronica Alvarez joins us now here on MLB Central. Veronica, thank you for the time. Good morning. How excited are you about the talent overall for your team and this roster?
It's good morning, and thank you for having me on. The talent is incredible. We've seen it grow through the years. And so, I mean, we have some heavy hitters on this team name-wise, but not just because they're a name, but because they know how to play this game and they play it well.
Well, there's obviously high expectations going into the World Cup Finals. You went undefeated in Group A stage play last summer. How equipped do you think your team is this year to deliver a title?
I think that we're at the point where we're setting the standard of what we want women's baseball to look like. And maybe that sounds a little bit cocky, but we've been able to develop for the last 6 years in preparation for this. We're not underestimating anybody, but we're going in, we're the underdog really, because Japan has been winning the last few World Cups. I mean, they're the world champions. So we have something to prove here. And what we're proving is that what we've done the last 6 years is going to prove to be have been a success, and that we're going to win gold.
Veronica, women's softball has definitely enjoyed a great deal of popularity. There's girls playing it all over the country. But get everyone caught up to speed on the state of women's baseball right now, particularly in this country.
Yeah, I mean, women's softball is what everyone thinks that girls play, right? And
right.
But it's incredible. People are brainwashed to think it. They'll see us on a baseball field. I'll tell people I coach baseball. My players will tell them they play baseball, and people will correct us and tell us, no, you mean softball. And it's kind of mind-blowing when you go through it. And we're here to educate, and so we're not offended by it in any way. But the girls have been fighting, so it might be new to the masses, but we've been doing this for a long time. I mean, I was on the team in 2008. That was a long time ago, according to these days. And prior to that, one of my assistant coaches was on it in 2004 and 2006. And so the national team alone has been competing on the world stage for a long time. And women's baseball isn't new, right? It was what kept baseball alive during World War II.
Yes.
Some may argue. And so we've been competing for this for a long time and for the respect of people. So it's all about education, visibility, right? Knowing for people to know that we exist, but most important for little girls that play baseball with boys to know that we exist, that there's something to work towards in the future and something that they could achieve in years to come. So MLB Develops does a really good job of putting on events for girls baseball. I am the MLB Girls Baseball Ambassador. So there's a lot of work that's being done to grow the sport and continue to create opportunities for these girls and women.
Well, you mentioned MLB Develops, and many of your players on your roster come from that pipeline, if not all. How important is MLB Develops to the success of your team and your program?
Yeah, it's been incredible. And so I would say that 19 people, included with staff, have been a part of the MLB Develop system. So they've coached on it or played. I'm not sure what the number is of girls that came through it as far as on the playing side, but it is a good chunk. I would say it's half, but it bridges the gap for a lot of these girls. They play, and women, they play on their boys' high school teams. They play collegiate baseball with boys. We have Kelsey Whitmore that plays in professional baseball in the Atlantic leagues and stuff and like that. So we have women that have fought for opportunity. These MLB camps have really bridged the gap for them to continue to get high-level instruction, continue to create a space for them to keep competing, and keep the dream alive, keep their work ethic high, and keep going.
17-year-old Naomi Ryan is a part of that MLB Develops family, and she's also on your roster. Tell us more about her, as she has seemingly played a pretty important role on this team in the group stage last year.
Yeah, she's fun to watch. I mean, last year I got asked about her. Why would you have a 16-year-old in the 3-hole? And I just say, just wait and see. You're gonna see what I'm thinking there. But she's a switch hitter. She's going to probably be a dominant player for us at first base, but she's versatile. She plays some outfield pitches, but she's incredible to watch. She came back bigger and stronger, which is fun. And she's just a competitor, very quiet, very under the radar in the way she performs day to day. But she is explosive with her bat, and I mean, she's exciting to watch. She's a gamer for sure.
Veronica, your team's rallying cry last year was "Rule the entire bleeping world." I imagine the bleeping was for freaking, rule the entire freaking world. Is that correct?
The entire, yes, it's for yes. I don't know how this got out, right? And how we're talking about this on MLB Network, but it has created a fight with the women. Like I said before, we're an underdog. The world does not think we are the best, even though we know it and we want to prove it. And so that motto, though extreme and aggressive, has really kept the fight alive for these women. We have women that have families. We have women that have careers, that fight for opportunities. And we haven't been able to compete in a World Cup in the last 6 years. So to be able to maintain them coming back, continuing to push the limit has been, it's been very thoughtful in the way we've approached it, in everything that we do, from the way we do cuts to the way we do development camps. It's with the intention of keeping these women coming back because we need them and keep pushing them to develop. So they've done that. I work with the Oakland A's, and so you were just speaking on Lourdes Butler.
Yeah.
I believe very greatly that I come from an organization that is really good at development. And so I've been able to bring that to the table here with the women, and not just the young ones, but also the veterans. They have only gotten better every single year. They've pushed the envelope, and they've continued to fight for opportunities, create opportunities, and taking advantage of each of those.
Veronica Alvarez, she's the manager for Team USA. They begin the Women's Baseball World Cup Finals in Canada. They begin play against Venezuela July 28th. Veronica, thank you very much for joining us, and best of luck to you and Team USA a little bit later this month.